dedicated to the late great Magic Sam. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago.
In the summer of 1996, Hakeem Olajuwon would compete for the United States of America at the Olympic Games in Atlanta after becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen in 1993.
As a host to this year's Olympic Games, me, Hakeem Olajuwon, and the rest of the American Dream Team are going to treat these guys for lunch.
We said we're going to eat these guys for lunch, not treat. Whoops.
To Hakeem, when you need a world of purchase power, it's time to go for the gold. Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
And now, His Excellency Juan Antonio Samaranch will present the gold medals to the Olympic champions representing the United States of America. Hakeem Olajuwon.
His Olympic teammate, Charles Barkley, joined the Rockets that summer in exchange for a package that included Robert Horry and Sam Cassell.
Well, what I want is 2, 6 and 2 is 8. Come on, baby, don't you make me laugh.
And we're underway. The Suns and Rockets in the home opener, fighting for his own miss. Barkley comes up with a loose ball. Barkley on the run, slips, can't get it. Follow. Hakeem Olajuwon.
You know, Chuck's just not used to having somebody follow him up like a king.
In October, the Dream was named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history as he joined teammates Clyde Drexler and Charles Barkley as part of the 50th anniversary team.
This is basketball history, and I'm just glad to be here. Thank you. Hey, Dad, how you doing? I'm doing good. Hey, how many times my wife gonna give you the number and you're not gonna call me? You shouldn't take you that long to go without calling me.
You change every 24 hours.
I change every 2 or 3 weeks. What page you on?
100.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Thanks, Dad.
With 1 second on the shot clock, Rockets still have 2 seconds left. Barkley from midcourt. He throws it up. Barkley from midcourt. What a shot for the
1997 NBA playoffs.
And this is the summit in Houston, Texas, where stars abound. Barkley and Payton, Olajuwon and Kemp, and Kevin Willis, who looks like he's just happy to be here. And so are we. Welcome to Game 7 of this Western Conference semifinal series, the Seattle Sonics and the Houston Rockets. Well, there are many who could be the key men for the Rockets. Perhaps it'll be Charles Barkley, who came to Houston to win that elusive championship. What do you expect from Charles Barkley today, Bill?
Greg, the greatest players, they live for this moment. And Charles Barkley, who was brought over with the express purpose of beating Seattle. Remember, Seattle swept Houston last year. Charles Barkley has been there throughout, getting better each and every game. Now, Charles does struggle against the bigger and taller guys who tend to stand up over the top, the Sean Kemps, the Sam Perkins, the Detlef Schrempf. But Charles Barkley has a huge Game 7 history. 4 Game 7s for Charles, 26 points, 19 rebounds a game. Look for Charles Barkley to lead the way today for the Rockets.
Inside, scores and fouls. Hawkins with the putback, and that rolls around and out. Kemp. Ellie back outside. 3, lost to Campbell. Ellie out of the corner. Welcome back to Houston. The Rockets by 1, 2:17 to play. We remind you the Women's National Basketball Association tips off June 21st, but you can get the latest news and features right now on WNBA.com, the brand new official website of the WNBA. Live chat sessions, player mailboxes, full-color multimedia. It's all happening on the ultimate online resource for WNBA fans, WNBA.com.
Seattle's got it all. You got to get the ball more in Payton's hands.
Drexler on the move. Drexler for three. The big three for the Houston Rockets have scored all 22 of the Rockets' points in the second half so far. Shawn Kemp has not scored in the second half. And they have missed 11 straight shots now. Coming.
Get a rebound.
Hakeem.
What a pass by Charles Barkley.
You're not going to call that a pass.
Wonderful vision by Charles Barkley. The penetration, the dish. Charles Barkley sees Drexler wide open. Mario Elie calling for the big guys to come back and help us break this press here.
Whenever they're in a scramble, these guys got to look to attack the rim.
Triple team on Olajuwon. Maloney got caught, gets it back, puts up a three.
Same spot last week from game 4. Maloney delivers.
George Karl wants full court pressure. Barkley, 5 seconds. Elie to Olajuwon. With 1.4 to play, that will ice it.
In Barkley's first year with the team, he helped them finally defeat the Sonics in the playoffs.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. I'm here with Charles Barkley. Charles, this is the reason that they got you. 7th game to come over for this championship, and you really performed today. 15 rebounds, 20 points.
It was a great team effort. They got a terrific team. Everybody want to say bad things about our team blowing a 3-1 lead, but give them guys credit. They got a terrific team. They got a terrific coach. It was a great series.
Charles, how much did it help you in today's game that you had lost? A team had come back from you on 3-1 when you were in Phoenix, and you lost that series to Houston. How much did that motivate and help you today?
Ain't no such thing as a good loss. I just felt like when this series started, it was going to go 7 games. And if you can't win a game 7 at home, they were just better than you.
Let's bring Hakeem in here. Hakeem, how about Charles' performance today? This is what you thought you were getting, isn't it?
I mean, every rebound, he's getting every rebound. I mean, that was great.
You looked as though you were exhausted there, particularly at the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. How much energy do you have left at the end of this game?
I tell you what, this was the war. This was a championship series.
Drexler outside. Maloney. Johnson at the buzzer.
Russell to Stockton. Stock for 3. Stock. Got it. Unbelievable. John Stockton. John Stockton. It's over. The Jazz win it. Utah goes to Chicago. Stockton hits the 3. It's over. The Jazz are coming to Chicago. They've won the...
They would lose to Utah in heartbreaking fashion in the Western Conference Finals in 1997 and once again in the opening round of next year's postseason.
Clyde Drexler, the Hall of Fame. And here it is, Clyde Drexler leading an NBA game for the final time. And the basketball-savvy fans here in Salt Lake City give him a standing ovation.
is on him. Behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their second three-peat.
Who knows how all of this will play out, but it's certainly possible that tonight we saw the last of the Chicago Bulls as we have known them. And whether it ends here or sometime in the near future, it'll be noteworthy not just for the breakup of one of the great teams in sports history, but because given the present structure of pro sports, it may be quite a while before we see anything like this again. Oh, the organizations that have the resources, the Yankees, the Braves, the Cowboys, the Lakers, and the NBA, will almost always field contending teams. But the days of continuity may be ending. Even on the best teams, there's now so much turnover that it's becoming ever harder to follow and identify with teams. Loyalty has been fragmented.
We got a nice little nucleus, but we need a star to push us to that next level. And, you know, a guy like a Scottie Pippen is the perfect guy.
Former Bulls Scottie Pippen has now joined Olajuwon and Charles Barkley on a front line that features 3 of the 50 greatest players in NBA history.
It's what I've tried to do for 6 years. It's what I intend to do for 2 more until the last hour of the last day.
Just hours after his impeachment, a defiant president vows to carry on the business of the country. And mission accomplished in the Gulf, the president calls off devastating airstrikes against Iraq.
It's fun playing with great players, and it makes the game so much more easier. And I would always say, the game is only hard if you can't play. And, you know, that's just a true statement. The game is hard if you can't play. Right. If you can play,
4,
the game is easy.
3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Space Shuttle Endeavour on a 21st century mission, placing Earth back on the map.
I think having Charles really campaigned to get me here really, you know, showed me that he wants to win a championship. And I'm always one of those players that when June comes, I want to be
That's
playing.
Beautiful.
And
I gave him $60 million. That's the least he could do is win me the championship.
The Great Western Forum, the latest stop for the perhaps road-weary Rockets playing their 9th game in 13 days. Charles Barkley, activated, won't start, but will play today. Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greats of all time, and now the Scottie Pippen, giving them 3 of the NBA's all-time 50 greatest. Dennis Rodman, the newest Laker, isn't on the top 50 list. In fact, he's on his own list. He doesn't fit into any category that anyone else belongs to. Shaquille O'Neal, 2nd leading scorer in the league, and the other marquee name is 3rd-year man Kobe Bryant.
I want Charles to have a championship ring. You know, I want to see Charles be successful. I want to see him leave the game with a championship ring, because he's been one of those players that has been so close and been so dominant throughout his career that, you know, he's deserving of one.
Seattle ahead by 4 points at the start of the 4th quarter, Payton took his first rest in the game. So his replacement, John Crotty, decided to do his best Gary Payton impersonation.
Crotty, all the way to the hoop.
Crotty, hard blast into the lane to the glass. Lays it up and in. They just let him go to the hole. He just kept coming.
Crotty, hesitation move. John Crotty is playing out of his mind right now.
Crotty hit his first 7 shots as the Sonics pulled away.
I got the blues, but I don't mind. All I have to do is get to you.
I never tease him, you know. Obviously, Charles took a lot of abuse going through the Olympics when he didn't have a ring then. I'm sure it's...
I get abused a lot.
You get abused a lot, Charles.
When they start talking about championship, I just kind of like, just drop my head.
But not all the way. When I'm feeling low, you do your thing just so, and then I feel okay. You're so good, the way you give. You're so good, you're the best there is.
Mobley gets it back to Hakeem. Shaq knocks it away again and does so cleanly. The lob for Kobe from Fisher. Wow.
What a finish.
Long one by Bryant.
Kobe Bryant remains hot. He scored 15 4 years ago when Olajuwon and the Rockets swept Shaq and the Magic in the finals. Hakeem was the best player in the NBA. Michael was just returning from the year-and-a-half baseball hiatus, and at that point, Hakeem was the man. He averaged 33 points in 22 playoff games, not just the finals, but throughout the playoffs that year. He scored only 35 points in the first 3 games of this series. Sam Mack's 3 rattles out. Harper on the baseline, finds Horry inside. Now has it back. Look at the follow. O'Neal just overpowered Olajuwon's condition, and let's check with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I've just found out that Hakeem Olajuwon has a sprained left knee, doubtful to return. A cheer just trying to get his team fired up, trying to get these young boys to stay in the game. At halftime, he told me, he said, it looks like I'm going to have to try to win this game by myself.
Shaquille scores again, and this time there's a foul on top of it. Horry for 3. A 14-point Los Angeles lead and a Houston timeout. They've won 2 of the first 3 in this series, looking to close it here. Bryant with the reverse, no good. Shaq is there to more than clean up the mess. Takes it into the lane, kicks it out to Kobe, and there's your exclamation point.
How do you think Scottie Pippen feels right now? It's been 6 years of playing in the playoffs that he's had this feeling of being eliminated, where he had 3 championships and then he did lose without Michael, but now the first time he's felt the taste of walking off the floor without somebody handing you a championship trophy.
This one is over in 4. The Lakers knock the Rockets off. Charles Barkley played heroically in defeat throughout the series.
Now Charles is walking off. You know he's disappointed. He's been looking for that championship ring. It will not happen again this year. But his effort was heroic. He was tremendous.
Coming up on the NBA Today, after a war of words with a teammate.
I gave up more than anybody to get Scottie. And for him to want to leave after 1 year just disappointed me greatly.
I wouldn't get Charles Barkley an apology at gunpoint. So he could never expect an apology from me. If anything, he owed me an apology for coming and play with his sorry pet, but he doesn't show me the desire to want to win. And that's my reason for wanting to get away from playing with him anymore, because he doesn't show the dedication. And I probably should have listened to Michael a year ago when he said that Charles never will win a championship because he doesn't show any dedication.
That isn't even close to reality. There was no problem between those guys at all. At all. You know, so that's just something Scottie said. You know, that's his could be his feelings, but there was no problem during the season at all.
Well, he said he would never apologize.
Even at gunpoint.
But as you know, I always carry a gun with me. So there is a chance. There's a chance. I'm gonna go to my truck and get my gun and see. So if I get arrested for murder, y'all know he didn't apologize.
If you're keeping track at home, the first Blazers-Rockets game is November 26th. Back to you, Jason.
The officials who will be keeping a sharp eye on both Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen: Ron Garrison, Ron Alessiak, and Jason Phillips. And here's Francis on the breakaway.
I got the blues, got it all so bad. When I think of me, it's hard to be a person quite so sad. You got the answer, and it makes me glad. When I feel that style, you give me rock and roll, and then I feel laid back. You're so good. Where you been? You're so good. You're the best there
Ron Garrison says no call, and we go to overtime. Time running down to 4. Here's Francis giving it a bullet for 3 and the win. And Frank will do it. A tough loss for the Rockets, who drop
As the world entered the new millennium, the Houston Rockets franchise also entered a new era. Younger players, Steve Francis and Cuttino Mobley, would become more relied upon as the wear and tear of a long career caught up with the dream.
What did you do in the off-season?
A lot of running, strengthening my quads, and just training like a track athlete instead of just playing basketball in the summertime. So that was a very a different training for me. Gave me an opportunity to be much more flexible, to make basketball fun again.
And it wasn't fun last season for you?
No. I mean, when you're playing with pain, it's different.
Kelly down low to Rogers. Rogers turns with the left hand, and it's swatted away by Olajuwon.
Dream is having one of these flashback games where he's doing all the things that made him one of the best centers in the history of the league.
Blunt gets the ball to Sean Marion. Marion can't shoot it. It's knocked away, and it's stolen by Olajuwon. He'll throw it out to Francis.
Tuesday night brought the distinct possibility that after 17 seasons in Houston, Hakeem Olajuwon was playing his last game as a Rocket. Said to Dream, quote, "If I start looking at it that way, I get all sentimental." Hakeem picking up the loose ball, throwing the long pass. Just a lonely song. Giving potential going away presents to Hakeem. His last basket as a Rocket at home right there.
In 2001, the team were unable to come to terms on a deal with Hakeem, and he played out the final days of his career in Toronto. He resides in Houston to this day and has been a permanent fixture on the sidelines and backstage with the team.
I was very fortunate that to play in Houston. In the summer, there is a Fonde Recreation Center in Houston, where all the pros and the college players played. And Moses Malone used to play there. And I had the opportunity to play against Moses that summer, preparing for a college career. Playing against Moses was the best big man in the pros. Gave me a huge advantage and confidence going as a freshman, that how can any big guy in college be as physical or better than Moses Malone. So you shoot it, you jump it. Right. I'd like to thank the Rocket organization. I'd like to thank Les Alexander, he's the Rocket owner, for his devotion and dedication to bring a championship back to the city. The city of Houston has embraced me. That's home, and I'm very blessed to be in Houston. One of those players that played college career in Houston and got the opportunity to be drafted from the same city.
NBA Global Ambassador and Hakeem Olajuwon on the other block. So we've got a near 50-year-old and a 52-year-old on the block right now for this free throw.
You wonder, are they intimidated at all? Give us the dream shake.
There it is. Hakeem Olajuwon, a beautiful move, and the bench is going wild.
Plenty left in the tank for Hakeem.
So my case is very unique and special, and it's a dream for me that come true. And I'd like to thank Dick Vitale that give me that nickname, The Dream. Because
So I cannot thank you enough. God bless you. Quick move. Quick move. Quick move.